What do you think makes Dubai such a culinary melting pot?
I would say that Dubai is pretty fearless when it comes to its F&B because you are looking at the street side biryani and you're looking at the 12-course tasting menus, and both of them are so appreciated.
The general manager of Time Out Dubai, it's a big responsibility. How have you found the audience?
The space, what we offer is a living showcase of what Dubai has to offer, of Dubai's creativity, where talent, passion and culture come all together under one roof.
How do you keep the brand as Time Out Market? How do you keep it so fresh and vibrant so that it's always in people's minds?
That's why I joined. It's as old as me at the end of the day, right? And we've continued to be able to deliver. I think it's one of the F&B brands that continue to evolve. We can change every kitchen, every cuisine type. If everyone becomes a vegan tomorrow, we can change the entire market within 12 months. And there's not many F&B concepts out there that can do that.
JKP soldiers, we have come to the finale, the crescendo, if you will. Over the past 12 weeks, we have done something new and innovative to bring you this show from a venue that really is the beating heart of the incredible food hall scene. Not just in Dubai, but globally, supporting local chefs and giving them that head start. Plus, who can forget the encyclopedic phenomenon, the up-to-date all things information that tells you all about the latest restaurant openings, places to be seen, celebrity hotspots. Of course it is Time Out magazine. We had to bring the big guns for this one. We're closing season 10 with a bang. In this final episode, I'm joined by the lovely Yousra Zaki, who is the Time Out magazine group food editor, no less. And she's born and raised in Dubai. Argiris, who is the general manager of Time Out Market Dubai, and Michael Marlay, the Senior Vice President at Time Out Markets Global. We go behind the scenes on the brand, the vision, and how this iconic platform connects people to the best food, culture, and creativity, both locally and globally. This is an exclusive, exclusive behind-the-scenes look into how the much-loved magazine as well as Time Out Market are combined. This is a super bumper-packed edition. From the very, very beginning, it's mental and super full-on. For the final time this season, time to rock and roll. Welcome to the Chef JKP podcast with me, James Knight Pacheco. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are now coming up to our fourth incredible interview of the day. Now, don't forget, the most important thing is to follow, share, and subscribe to the show on YouTube on all podcast hosting platforms. At the same time, don't forget to give us a little follow on the Instagram accounts, Time Out Market Dubai and the Chef JKP podcast. So what do we have in store for you for this final interview of the day? We have the Avengers, basically, just to tell you. We have the incredible, amazing team. I'm not even going to say it because I'm just so excited. So, ladies and gents, please give a huge round of applause to Michael Marlay, Argiris, and Yousra Zaki from the Time Management team. All right, team, so we're going to get you all settled in. Now, just so I can do a little sort of background check. So first of all, I need to do some intros. So Michael Marlay, Senior Vice President of Time Out Markets. Argiris, who is the Time Out Manager, the General Manager of Time Out Market Dubai is here. And finally, we have Yousra Zaki, who is the Group Food Editor of the phenomenal Time Out Market magazine. All of you, a very warm welcome to the show. Now, Yousra, no pressure, ladies first, so we're going to start with you. Now, what does it mean to you, Time Out Market, as a storyteller of food within the city?
You know, I grew up in Dubai, and so I've been actually reading Time Out Dubai since 2001 when it launched. So it's a very personal thing to me. Like, Time Out means more to me than just the magazine or the team that curates the market. It's basically been my guide to life. And full circle, now I'm telling people where to go eat. And Time Out Market is basically like our experience as editors, as people who grew up here in Dubai. You know, we're handpicking the best of the local grown stuff and the amazing chefs that you spoke to throughout this podcasting experience. And we bring them here under one place, under one roof. And I mean, there's a reason it's so popular. Everyone loves them. Everyone loves the food. And yeah, a lot to me.
But I was going to say, have you been surprised growing up in Dubai about sort of the entire culinary journey of Dubai?
Yeah. I mean, when I was 12 years old, the most exciting thing was chilies. You know? Now, it started, 20 years ago, you started seeing international names coming into the city and sort of dominating the scene. And now, as time has gone on and as the city sort of figured out its culinary identity, you see so many more homegrown chefs. And I feel like now they've become the ones to beat. And they're the ones that the diners really are excited about and interested in. So I've actually seen the transformation from the 90s when I came here to now, 2025.
But then, what do you think, again, in your opinion, makes Dubai such a culinary melting pot? Because it just seems to me that there are talents from all over the world, and at the same time, we are growing, it feels like we're growing, some amazing heroes here.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Dubai is pretty fearless when it comes to its F&B, because you are looking at the street side biryani and you're looking at the 12-course tasting menus, and both of them are so appreciated equally, almost, I would say. Like, people really focus on the budget dining as much as they focus on the 2,000 dirham experiences. And I feel like this sort of fearlessness of having all of that in the same place, literally door to door in some situations, is what makes Dubai so unique.
No, I agree. I think it is incredibly unique, really, and exciting at the same time. Now, Argiris, I have to say to you, first of all, the general manager of Time Out Dubai, it's a big responsibility. It's a big role, which, of course, you're absolutely the right person to guide the place. But how have you found the audience or the diners have connected with the restaurants here?
First of all, the space, what we offer is it's so unique. It's a place, it's a living showcase of what Dubai has to offer, of Dubai's creativity, where talent, passion, and culture come all together under one roof, in a vibrant environment, in an environment with so much energy, where a lot of things are happening, entertainment, events. This is a living example of what we currently do. We are in the middle of an operation, we're in the middle of the venue, and we try to talk to our city, we try to talk to our people, we try to talk to the community, and this is what we are trying to do different, apart from being just another food venue here in Dubai.
No, and I was thinking, as you were saying that, I was thinking, I don't really know anywhere else that really does what Time Out Market does so well. You're curating not just beautiful food and beverages and things like that. You're also curating different experiences for people. Now,
I call this venue hybrid.
Yes.
It transforms. It can transform. Come in a couple of hours, it will be it will be a completely different place where we are. It's amazing, and the team behind all the efforts and ideas. I think we are all lucky that whatever comes in our head as an extreme idea, the most extreme ideas we can actually fulfill.
No, I mean, I think it's just such a beautiful space, and it's almost limitless with what you can do here. Now, Michael, for you, you're involved with timeout markets throughout the world, you know. So I want to understand from your point of view, how does Dubai compare to the rest of the other timeout markets around the world?
I think being one of our first really successful markets, it's a showcase of what we can do. As I said to you before, we're really evolving the brand into Timeout 2.0. We're opening our second market in New York. So for us, we're having to challenge ourselves to do something different. So we're able to leverage a lot of the learnings from what we do in Dubai, and Dubai is, I think one of the chefs was saying before, it's really that sort of, Yousra was saying about being fearless. It's so competitive. You can do so many things. So it's probably in the top 2 of our markets around the world now, snapping on the heels of Lisbon and New York. And it just goes to show it's kind of that sleeping giant that's really able to wake up. And as we still evolve and look at the experiences and continue to curate and bring in the next level of great chefs. I just tried 3 for Eva, one of our latest curations. We had a tasting on Friday of another chef that's going to join shortly. That opportunity to constantly evolve and bring the best of is something we're able to then take out to the world and continue to evolve the brand from our learnings in Dubai.
But if I sort of go back to Lisbon, New York, Chicago, can I ask from your perspective, because you travel a lot,
Yep.
do we as a city at Dubai, are we up there with those greats?
Look, I would say it's underrated what Dubai is putting out at the moment. I've just been away for about 3 months, opening up in Osaka, been to Lisbon, been to our other markets and seeing what's happening there. Coming back to Dubai, there's always something new, something else happening. Each of our markets brings something special and something unique. Lisbon is special. There will never be another Lisbon. Chicago is something that we're currently evolving after 5 years. It's time to give some love there. We're about to really start to take the market out to the street this summer. Relook at the beverage program, taking a lot of the stuff. We have a GM conference that I initiated when I joined the team, and we take our best talent. The best people of the city are our GMs, right? The guys who know the F&B scene the best. So sharing that knowledge twice a year. The guys have got a network now that they can share ideas, and we can take something like this concept, I'm sure is going to be repeated somewhere at a timeout market, somewhere in the world in the next 30 days.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So it is the best of. So we look at the best of timeout. It's the team is becoming very competitive within themselves to keep evolving the brand and taking the learnings from the likes of Dubai, Lisbon, New York, into each of the new markets. We're just sharing with Taro, our GM in Osaka. Argiris was there helping me. We're sharing with some of the great things we've done here with the beverage program. And he's already started to implement some of that stuff. So it's showing results.
Now, Yousra, again, being a Dubai baby, if you like, how do you balance the sort of editorial line of having phenomenal sort of chefs from around the world to come here? Time Out as a magazine is a guide, as you said, for life, for people who are coming from the city, or even if it's the first time ever when you land, the first thing that they give you is the magazine, right? As the group food editor, you know, and I feel pressure when I'm working in kitchens, do you feel a lot of pressure sort of representing Time Out and also giving tourists and people who live here that sort of guidance when it comes to food and dining?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a little pressure to deliver, you know, on the Time Out name, because everyone knows that that's where you go to get sort of the whole experience. I do think that You know, I don't overthink it. We strike the balance naturally because I feel like Dubai wouldn't be where it is today if it weren't for those international chefs that came in and sort of, you know, perhaps set the tone and gave these guys who are, you know, homegrown chefs today did start in those kitchens and in those hotels. I mean, Reef, you know, who started at Zuma before he opened Reef. I feel like these things are really important to acknowledge. And when I'm writing about places to go to now, I try not to overthink about whether it's homegrown or not. Of course, we always champion the homegrown, but if it's good, it's good. You write about it, you tell the people to go, you encourage it. So yeah, it's a natural art over, you know, rather than a science of like we need 50-50 or 60-70. 60-40.
Whichever, it's fine. But then, again, from a writing perspective, when you're placing the specific restaurants, whether it's could be Ravi's, for example, or it could be FZN, how much fine dining or casual dining or street food goes into planning that sort of edition of the magazine?
You know, we like to always have a mix. I'll sit with the editors and we'll choose sort of which restaurants we want to push out or talk about. And it will be, we'll try to always make it different parts of the city, not like everything on the Palm. We'll look at different price points. We'll look at a burger place and also a tasting menu, but also a cafe. So it's always good to give people a nice selection of things because you don't want to be leaning too much into one thing, too much budget or too much high end. So I do think definitely it's a responsibility for us to show every sort of corner of the city in a responsible way.
Because I want to also, so I was doing a show the other day with Valrhona. And I was talking to the general manager of EMEA, so Middle East and Africa, and also global for Valrhona. And the Dubai chocolate came up. Now we know there's a world shortage of pistachios because of Dubai chocolate. Thanks a lot, fixed chocolate. Yeah. But I was going to say, it just feels like there's so much innovation happening here, constantly, you know? And Michael, from your point of view, how do you keep the brand as Time Out Market? How do you keep it so fresh and vibrant so that it's always in people's minds wherever they're traveling in the world?
I think it's one of those unique brands. That's why I joined. You know, it's as old as me at the end of the day, right? The magazine was born in the 60s. I was born in the back end of the 60s. And we've continued to be able to deliver. I think we've got the mission to do that. I think it's one of the F&B brands that continue to evolve. We can change every kitchen, every cuisine type. If everyone becomes a vegan tomorrow, we can change the entire market within 12 months. And there's not many F&B concepts out there that can do that and deliver the size of venue that we've got and serve the number of guests that we do each and every day. So I think that's the unique opportunity that we do have with the brand. Leveraging what we've got with the talent from our media that has kind of got that, they're almost doing the reconnaissance. They've got the radar out there. It's what's happening. And we can take that. And then there was a comment before about a wait list. You know, we don't have a wait list. It becomes an opportunity for us to see when someone is no longer performing at the best or hasn't been voted the best in that category, to start to go and look and start to go and research, and all of a sudden something will pop up that is truly the newest, the best. And it's great to see some of our brands grow with us and evolve. Some of our brands in Lisbon have been with us for 10 years. Some have been there for 10 weeks. So it's one of those great F&B operations that can continue to evolve depending on what the customers tell us they want to see and eat.
Argiris, again, for you, now I know that you've just sort of recently joined. You know everyone here in the market extremely well. I love the fact how Hatem was describing about when you do your tastings, you understand ingredients, product, the thought behind. From your point of view, where do you see Time Out Market Dubai in 2 to 5 years' time?
Being still the heart of the city, being still the place to go I will tell you a story. Before I joined, it was always the first place where I would bring visitors. If I had visitors in town, it would be the first stop here at the market. And why? Because it immediately gives a taste of the city's best. In a prime location, you oversee the fountains, you oversee Burj Khalifa, so you tick a lot of boxes at once. You get a perfect taste of what's happening in the city, and also if it's a big group, you don't have to worry. Where are we going? What are we eating? Everybody will be happy. Everybody will find something that will love, and I'm proud that now that I'm part of this, a part of this concept, and looking forward just to elevate, keep the consistency for me is so important, and it is the real measure of success, and bringing always the best of the city. That is what will keep us on top of our game.
So then, a question for both Michael and Yousra. In your point of view, if I'm a young chef and I'm sort of looking to get into Time Out market, whether it's Dubai or Chicago or wherever, New York, I want to know the criteria for me for basically for the team to have their eyes on me in order to be able to sort of potentially be in a space like this. So, Michael, I'll start with you on that one.
Yeah, it could be two totally different answers here, right? So I'm looking for the brand that's not the Instagrammable brand, that's not going to be an overnight success. I'm looking for people who've got passion, who've got opportunity to grow with us, who there is a bit of humility. And then there's another side of it that I need to make sure that it is transferable to a size of an operation that's going to serve up to 5,000-6,000 people a day, right? So not every chef is going to be able to do that in the life cycle of where they're at in their brand. And then the last part for us is we're running a business at the end of the day, a hugely successful business. So we've got to be able to find the operators who can add to that business and go on the journey with us.
Yousra, for you.
I like to look for, obviously homegrown. That's the first set of criteria. After that, I try to find something that gives you a taste of Dubai that you've never really seen before. And I'm not talking like Middle Eastern food. By a taste of Dubai, I feel like the chefs here have kind of created their version of this Dubai cuisine that, diners here, there's a hit list of dishes that they love. And no, it doesn't need to be one of those. You don't need a burrata or a truffle pizza to come into Time Out Market, but you kind of give people something that they didn't know they needed. Kind of what I look for, and that's what makes you kind of step back and go like, oh, this is really interesting. And I will always remember places that give me that feeling, so that when we're talking and thinking about what could come next, we have these suggestions top of mind. I know that's not a very concrete answer to the chef.
But I think what's important to know is that it has to be a homegrown concept or a homegrown hero. It cannot be an international name. So that's really, really important and really key. At the same time, I'm going to put this question is for all of you now. I don't like to talk about favorite children or favorite restaurants, okay, because it's not fair. But you're talking about Time Out Dubai. For you, what's your go-to dish that you always want to come and have a little cheeky bite? Yousra, I can already hear it in your eyes.
It's always hard because I come to the market and people are like, what's your go-to dish? I'm like, I like a lot of stuff. But if can it be two?
It can be two. Go ahead, go wild.
I like to go to Slab, and I'll get a classico ceviche like sea bass with a side of the corn fritters.
Oh, okay, nice.
So you got a little hot and cold together, which I love. Sweet, Salty, zesty.
Oh,
So good.
very good. Argiris, for you?
Okay, I'm a bit biased here. Huh?
I wonder what you're going to choose.
Yeah, so I'll I'll skip it a little bit. I'll tell you a story of 3.5 years ago when I first came to the market, and what impressed me. So I opted for an ice cream, and the ice cream is up until now still served à la minute using liquid nitrogen.
Oh.
So it delivers a buttery and smooth and soft scoop. So it's impressive and theatrical being seen prepared in front of you. So back then, that experience just flipped expectations, and it's something that is still in my head.
Love it, love it, love it. And Michael, for you?
I'd have to give a shout out to one of new joiners, an addition that I just had for lunch today. The tahini cauliflower that they have at 3 by Eva was an unexpected little surprise, right? So I think I'll be back for some of that.
But I think that's what's really cool also about the market is there are dishes that really surprise you. And as you said about the ice cream and the little pickles and or the fritters and stuff like that. And I think that's what's so wonderful about having such a space. I think it's just phenomenal.
I think it's one of the things I was talking to you about. You know, there's something for everybody, every hour of every day. And I'm not in Dubai a lot, but when I'm back with the guys, you know, we might have an early morning meeting. So, you know, Boone, they're always so great with their coffee. We might be here late, staying back, checking out a new DJ. Pit Fry have always got something for us.
Right. Garlic knots.
We've got all of our favorites. But it just depends on the mood. And that's one of the great things, that you can have all four of us can all come the same day, be wanting something different, and it's there, and it's ready, and it's some of the best food in the city by far.
Now, we've come to the quick fire questions. So I'm going to start off nice and slow first before we get into the hardcore quick fire. Yousra, for you, spicy or pickled?
Spicy.
Spicy. Argiris, spicy or pickled?
Spicy.
Michael?
I'm the pickle.
Pickled, okay,
Yeah.
very good. Yousra, sweet or salty?
Salty.
Salty?
Savory, salty, every time.
He's not the dessert guy.
Although I said about an ice cream before.
Well, I was going to say, you did say ice
Salty
cream.
life, yeah.
Maybe it's a salted caramel.
Yeah.
Michael?
I'm also salty.
Salty?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Now, this is for all three of you. If you were to host one celebrity guest, each of you, who would it be and why? Michael?
Oscar Piastri, the next Formula One champion,
Ooh.
because I'm an F1 guy,
Controversial.
right? And shout out to him. There's a challenge. Come and dine with us
Right.
this November, and we'll see if you become the world
I'll
champion.
give him a little call later. All right, Chief. Argiris, for you?
I'm a big fan of basketball. I follow both NBA and EuroLeague. So my choice for this, it would be an honor. I would love to host Giannis Antetokounmpo, a pure source of inspiration and humility.
Yousra.
I would love to host Pedro Pascal, because I'm currently watching The Last of Us, and I feel like he deserves a nice meal at the market.
He deserves a lot. He's gone through a lot in his life, in Game of Thrones, and, we don't need to go back to that, but yes.
We don't want to talk about that.
Well, look, it's been an absolute honor from my side to have the three of you on here and to discuss all things Time Out Market in such detail. Ladies and gents, please give a huge Time Out Market round of applause to Michael, Argiris, and Yousra. They have been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James.
Thank you for having us.
Boom. I told you, gang, it was super bumper packed. What a way to end an incredible run of interviews. Argiris, Michael, and Yousra, you were all fantastic. That's a wrap on an unforgettable season. Huge thanks to our partners at Time Out Market Dubai, to all of our incredible guests, and of course, our live audience members. It has been an absolute honor One of the things I must mention to all of you is that I could not have done this without the help of a few incredible people. First of all, Maya from Time Out Markets Dubai. She is the one who works closely with all of us to make sure that everything happened and runs well on time on and off site. She's basically like a special agent, secret service, if you like, who works behind the scenes and just smashes things out. The incredible Podster team who were on site making sure that all of the things you don't see really works. A massive shout out to the following people: Marwan, Nitu, Angel, and the G Unit, aka Gaurav, for being such an amazing bunch of people and putting up with my mental chef ways, of course. Truthfully, I could have not have done this without them, so a massive thank you. Plus, the gang who edit the content. You all know who you are, so muchas gracias. JKP soldiers, that is it. I hope you've loved this journey as much as I have. If you've enjoyed this season, please shout about it from the rooftops. Subscribe, leave a review, come and visit Time Out Market Dubai or a near one wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for tuning in. You've all been absolute legends. Until next season, food is memories.